Yo, what's going on, everybody? Time for another spontaneous video. I didn't think I was ever going to make this one because it's sort of a quasi follow-up to my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 first impressions. I thought the next time I get on camera would be in a few weeks when I've actually put more time into that game. But something I mentioned in that video has sort of been bothering me for the past couple of hours. It's something I wish I expanded upon more, and that has to do with the overall performance in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, the TLDR version of this video, I'm sure you guys can assume by now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does not run very well at Switch at all. If you want to get a real nitty-gritty breakdown and analysis of it, you can check out the Digital Foundry video. But I want to talk to you guys about my experience playing the game and why I really hope going forward this is not an ongoing problem for the Nintendo Switch. So, unlike the majority of the games in my Switch library, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is probably the one that I've put the most amount of time playing it docked. Majority of the time, when I am playing the Switch, I am on the go, playing it on break at work, or just whenever I'm out and about. So I'm judging the Switch more as a portable machine with its performance as opposed to a traditional console. So of course, there are going to be some caveats when you are comparing a portable device to a console, Switch versus PS4, but one thing I liked about the Switch is that whether you were playing it docked or in the portable fashion, you were still, for the most part, getting pretty much the same performance. Of course, the docked is going to offer a little bit more of a boost, but it was never something crazy, something night and day like, wow, I need to play this game docked or else I'm not going to have fun with it. Yeah, that wasn't until I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it was a huge surprise. The majority of the time, like I said, I was playing it when docked, when I was at home, because that's how I like to play Japanese RPGs the most, and the way my work schedule is set up, when I got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I did have the free time to play it on my off days. And yeah, once I returned back to the regular, adulting, and I was playing it portably, it was not a pretty sight, to say the least. It was actually quite terrible. And y'all know me. When it comes to the Switch, I had to temper my expectations that I wasn't getting the same experience as I would on PlayStation 4. But guys, being 100% honest, y'all know I do not BS you at all like all these Nintendo fanboys do. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 runs absolutely terrible when you are playing it portable. It's just so bad. And I'm not saying that it is unplayable at all, like you can't even move around on the screen, like the frame rate is a grand total of 3 frames per second. No, it's not like that. But when you're comparing the differences that exist when docked and portable, it's just, wow, I will leave my Switch at home and play Xenoblade exclusively at home if it means I'm getting better performance. Like I said, you can go check out the Digital Foundry video to get the full breakdown, but the amount of texture pop-ins that come in when loading into new areas, some of the frame dips that didn't exist when docked, you see it when you are playing it portably, so that's not really cool. Just in general, the game's resolution is so bad on Nintendo Switch. Like, you see it go down to sub HD. We're talking PlayStation Vita levels here, and it's honestly not a pretty sight because the graphical style of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was definitely something that had to grow on me, and I'm at that point right now in the game where I'm enjoying it more than my first impressions, but just to see all of that hindered with this performance is just overall killing my vibe. And it's something that I really hope does not become a mainstay on Switch. Yes, we understand that the Switch is a tablet, basically. It's a tablet, it's got a Tegra X1 in it. Of course, it's not going to be this super duper powerhouse, but with the games that we have seen on the system thus far, you would expect much more. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'm going to come out there and say it, is not a graphically demanding game. This doesn't look like something that couldn't have been done on PlayStation 3. I know I'm going to get some heat for that, but it's just being honest. It looks like a prettier version of a Tales game with more fluid animation. And that's basically it. Like, just looking back at what we've had before to now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is impressive for the Switch, but as it stands, we should have gotten something a lot better in terms of performance. And we already have, in some cases, 2 games on the system that really do show that it can run games, open world games, pretty decently. Of course, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's not 1080p 60 frames per second, but the performance, the attention to detail, the things you can do in this game completely shit on Xenoblade Chronicles in a performance aspect. And this was a launch title. This was a game that was built on the Wii U. So why Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is being built from the ground up for the most part, for the Switch, why is that game having more performance issues than this, which performs just as good portably as it does docked? Now we have another game, since we want to even the playing field, you know, keep it level. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Out of the 20 hours that I've put into Skyrim when I'm playing it, the majority of the time has been portably. And I was so surprised at how much I was enjoying Skyrim on the go. Like, this isn't a case of, oh, temper your expectations. No, this is the full Skyrim experience. Bugs and all. It still runs, and it renders the world a heck of a lot better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yes, this is a 6-year-old game at this point, so Bethesda maybe did some wizardry to get it to work, but as it stands, it performs a lot better, and it's just an overall better experience than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This thing right here, you know, we're almost in 2018, and this game is having so many performance issues. Now, I don't know if they can remedy this by releasing a patch to improve the performance, but as it stands, it's just really an eyesore to deal with. I don't like playing it portably, and if it means that I can only play it at home with the few hours though I do get to stay at home, then I will definitely do that as opposed to playing it portably. Yes, you can get used to it, but why should I have to get used to such a big night and day difference? You know what I'm saying? So, fingers crossed in the future they do optimize these games more. I hope Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was the outlier, because it does seem like the game was rushed in that respect. I mean, apparently they had it in their contract that they needed to get the game out within the first year of the Switch's life. I would have much preferred it if they delayed this to like February 2018 so they can iron out all the kinks, because out of all the Switch games that I have, and this is not even counting the ones that I have digitally, yes, this is a lot. Switch collection coming at the end of the year. Out of all these games, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 runs about the same as Batman Telltale, and this game does not run good at all. And that kind of sucks, considering it is a major third party. Not major third party, it's like second party. Does Nintendo own Monolith? I think they do, whatever. Anyways, that's all I wanted to get on here and say, because y'all know me, I am transparent as a motherfucker when it comes to the Switch, unlike all the Nintendo fanboys on here who are going to convince you otherwise. So yeah, for me for now, my name is NGS signing out. Like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.